He's missed 2 out of 4 games. Is this concerning to you?
It's very concerning to me. I would remind everybody in 2017, 2018, when he only played 9 games for the San Antonio Spurs, so he misses 72 games that year. He misses 22 games the year they won the championship on purpose because that was load management. He missed 25 games the year after his first year with LA with the Clippers. He missed 30 games the year after that. Then he misses the entire season in this past year, and now he's already missing games. He's only played 2 games into the season, into a 4-game season. This is utterly ridiculous. Last time I checked, Mr. Ballmer, who I love dearly, this man is a multi-billionaire worth tens of billions of dollars. Technology is on his side. Resources are on his side and stuff like that. And this is your guy. This is the star. And somehow, some way, we can't seem to get him on the court. We can't seem to get him healthy. But he still gets his money, though. Something's got to give. I mean, damn. I can't talk about anybody anymore when it comes to missing games. Kawhi Leonard is the pro. I mean, he is a 2-time champion, 2-time finals MVP, and his brother's also a champion at missing games. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it better.
I have more injury news. Let's carry on here. The Pelicans were without 3 starters Tuesday night, including
just that they've ever had. It's still early, but the Warriors have lost to the Nuggets and the Suns here, 2 of the top contenders in the Western Conference. And it is my delight as we get set for Countdown tonight. Stephen A's got a special night we'll talk about. Stephen A. Smith and the great Woj are here, but we're not going to talk about the Warriors this morning. We're going to talk about the Lakers, because everywhere I go, and I'm sure you hear it too in the streets, what are they going to do? It is a mess. They can't shoot at all. Russell Westbrook clearly does not have a place. We're going to have them on ESPN tonight. Just how bad, in your view, has it gotten this quickly for the Lakers, for LeBron, and for Russell Westbrook?
I have to look at Rob Pelinka because, listen, here's the reality of the situation. Westbrook cannot shoot. It's just that simple. He can't shoot, okay? He's not a perimeter shooter. I'm not letting Anthony Davis off the hook either. He shoots about 20% from 3-point range. He's been shooting in the 20. Last year it was like 18% or whatever. He hasn't hit a shot. It almost feels like he hasn't hit a jump shot since he won the championship, for crying out loud. It just seems that way. It's not all Westbrook, but when you look at this squad, they don't work. In an age where shooting is required, they can't shoot. Their best shooter is a guy in his 20th season, okay, that's destined for the Hall of Fame and LeBron James. That's their best shooter. And so when you look at it, listen, I'm not rooting against Rob Pelinka by any stretch of the imagination. I know he got an extension because everybody was saying this guy, I was saying this could be it for him after the season. I don't mean he's gonna lose a check. What I mean is they're going to have to reassign him if this stuff continues, because somebody's got to make a move. Woj would know that better than me as it pertains to what options are available out there, whether it's in Indiana, it's in Charlotte, whatever the case may be. But the roster does not work because they can't shoot. Darvin Ham, this is not their problem. You seeing guys get open shots. I mean, that's your job as a coach, to set it up, get open shots. They're there. They ain't making them.
The statistics back that out. They're actually getting good looks. They're just missing them. Woj, I can't believe I'm asking you this 3 games into a season. But realistically, what can they do?
Well, I think a Russell Westbrook move to the bench is probably inevitable unless his performance changes, the team's performance changes. I'm told probably out tonight against Denver. He's going to see how that hamstring feels today. This is a player who never misses games. No player has played more games in the NBA since Russell Westbrook got in the league. But the big trades that people want with the Lakers, Westbrook and his $47 million out with those first-round picks the Lakers have in 27, 29, all the deals the Lakers didn't want to do in the offseason. That's all that's there 2 weeks into the season. Teams don't really get serious about doing deals and maybe pivoting away from trying to be a playoff team or trying to go toward the lottery in a year where there's Victor Wembanyama available. They're not going to do that until 20 or 30 games into the season. So all the deals that the Lakers didn't think gave them enough value for trading those picks, they're all still there. Utah, Indiana, who the Lakers talked with a lot in the offseason, I'm told they've not heard from the Lakers yet this season. And so people are going to have to get used to a team that's not going to be able to make dramatic change for a while, if really at all this year.
Yeah. When I spoke to Jeannie Buss a few months ago, one of the things she talked about was she lamented the fact that LeBron James was walking around very, very upset, just was annoyed, didn't want to talk to anybody, very distant, because that's how bad last year was. And her number one priority was for him to be happy. And she could say that because she knows what's going to make him happy is winning basketball games. Here's the thing. You look at the Lakers, their athleticism, they have enough of it. You look at their defense, it's elevated significantly. They're considerably better defensively. They cannot shoot. It's so bad that you can literally, if you're an executive for the Los Angeles Lakers, you are literally justified in asking Kyle Korver to come out of retirement. Run out loud. Anybody that can shoot, because that's how bad they are. And so to me, you were reluctant to make that move. Now you got to get on the phone with Indiana, a Miles Turner, a Buddy Hield, for a Westbrook, even if it means giving up those 2 picks, because I got news for you. There doesn't seem to be anything in sight.
But once they do that trade, you have to decide, does that make us a championship contender? Does that group, because that's it. Those are all the assets you have. And I think the Lakers have been prepared. LeBron did his extension, Rob Pelinka's extension. They want to try to get another championship or have a championship contender.
A chance.
A chance.
A chance, that's all.
In this window with LeBron still, even in 20 years in the league, playing at an incredibly high level. If they do that Indiana trade, which they thought wasn't good enough,
right,
that's it. That's your team moving forward, and they've been hesitant to do that.
So is the best, and I was actually listening to Wendy's podcast the other day, and this sort of was the subject matter is the best route for the Lakers, and the fans aren't going to want to hear this, and I can't imagine that LeBron is going to want to hear it, but is the best route actually you hang on to Russell Westbrook's expiring contract. You take advantage of all that cap space next summer. You hold on to those picks and do something much more meaningful, because no matter what you get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield on this team, you're still not one of the top 5 teams in the Western Conference.
Y'all view it that way. I don't. But it's not about them. If you acquired, let's say, for example, just work with me here. If you acquired Miles Turner, you have somebody that could play the 5 so Anthony Davis doesn't have to.
Right.
You're anticipating you're going to get more out of Anthony Davis, because from a skill perspective, we know what he can do. He's just not doing it. And then the reality is you can't really trade for him because he's injury prone, and nobody's going to want to give up elite assets to get him because they don't trust his durability. But you got Miles Turner at the 5. You're able to put him at the 4, and you've got a bona fide shooter in Buddy Hield, while you've got Russell Westbrook, who has, obviously he likes the ball in his hands. He likes to be aggressive in that regard. And for some reason, even though he's shooting 8% from 3-point range at 1 for 12 right now, he just continues to shoot them. And so when you look at it from that perspective, if you get that off, then I'm saying, okay, I get to the playoffs, and now it's about what style of play do I exercise? I put the ball in LeBron James' hands. I'll take my chances with that rather than tanking the season, okay, ticking them off even more, and then who knows what you're going to get. We think Kyrie Irving next summer, but we don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Give me a final word, Woj, just a big picture thoughts on all of this.
Yeah, I think for this Laker team now, they've waited this long. I think you probably have to get into trade season and see what else presents itself out there, because I don't think that Indiana trade, it makes them better. It doesn't make them nearly good enough. And the standard in LA is not just being a playoff team, it's trying to chase championships.
He thinks the difference between me and Woj is that Woj is talking, and he's making perfect sense. I just think this season will be over by Thanksgiving. I don't think you have that long.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
We'll see. One way or another, I want to make sure everyone's aware of what a special night we have tonight. First off, we have a doubleheader. We got really good games tonight.
He's missed 2 out of 4 games. Is this concerning to you?
It's very concerning to me. I want to remind everybody in 2017, 2018, when he only played 9 games for the San Antonio Spurs, so he misses 72 games that year. He misses 22 games the year they won the championship on purpose, because that was load management. He missed 25 games the year after his first year with LA with the Clippers. He missed 30 games the year after that. Then he misses the entire season in this past year, and now he's already missing games. He's only played 2 games into the season, into a 4-game season. This is utterly ridiculous. Last time I checked, Mr. Ballmer, who I love dearly, this man is a multi-billionaire worth tens of billions of dollars. Technology is on his side. Resources are on his side and stuff like that. And this is your guy. This is the star. And somehow, some way, we can't seem to get him on the court. We can't seem to get him healthy. But he still gets his money, though. Something's got to give. I mean, damn. I can't talk about anybody anymore when it comes to missing games. Kawhi Leonard is the pro. I mean, he is a two-time champion, two-time Finals MVP, and his brother's also a champion at missing games. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it better.
I have more injury news. Let's carry on here. The Pelicans were without 3 starters Tuesday night, including